Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with 3 pieces of different ephemera that I've made. One inspired by somebody on Etsy, one inspired by Ruby and Pearl XO, and one inspired by Ingrid Carlson. I'll go through them one at a time. I'm going to start with Ruby and Pearl XO. These are little envelope pockets that she'd made. Some of them were made from vintage envelopes, some are made from printables. Obviously this is a printable. Not that you'd know, they're so well made. They've even got like an old postmark on the back. They're just so pretty. I really am thrilled with how these have come out. They're obviously envelopes. You print them out, whole, and then you fold them up, which is what makes the pocket. And then you just pop a journaling card in. Sometimes I've popped ribbon and eyelets at the top. Sometimes I have literally just put lace across. They're so pretty. So I will link these down below should you want to make some for yourself, but they're so lovely, in a journaling, I've only got this little journal that I can sort of show, so I'm going to have to pretend there was a pocket down there. You could slip them into the pocket. You could even just clip them to a page. They're just so nice. That's Ruby and Pearl XO. Then this is from Pixie Dust Files on Etsy. I don't think she has a YouTube channel, I'm not really sure. I really like these. On one sheet of paper you get these 3 printables which are plain, you just get the box. Then I've gone along, I've popped paper, lace and fabric on these, and I think these would be great as either a tuck on the side of a page. Again, we'll have to pretend if it was the right size. You could tuck it there and then tuck things in there, but really I think they're lovely just as journaling cards. I pop plain on the back. I don't mind at all that there's this sew lines because obviously I did sew through them. I just think they're really pretty. So fabric, paper and lace, and that is Pixie Dust Files. And then the final thing that I've got to show you is Ingrid Carlson. I'll link that down below. I can't actually remember what she called these. These were a lot of fun to make. Now I'm going to be honest, when I was making them, let's pick this one for example, because all you do is rip out bits of paper, all different papers, these, stick them on a bit of, I've done these on book page because I'll cover them at some point, sew straight lines down them, and then you pop a collage on there. So that's got like the jar, the little ledger and piece of that. When you get to this stage of just putting the papers on, I've got to be honest, I was thinking, oh, these aren't going to be any good. But the minute you pop the collage on, they just really come to life, and they have a lovely feel, lovely texture, because you've got the texture of the sewing, the texture of the ripped paper, and then your collage, which sometimes I've popped a little Tim Holtz mini stapler clip thing on. Sometimes I just glued them on. I would make a load of these up, leave them blank, and then when you know what your journal theme is, then pop your collage on accordingly. I absolutely love these. I think I've left my absolute favourite somewhere else. That's annoying. Oh no, here. This is my absolute favourite one I made. I don't know why. Sometimes bits of paper just appeal to you more than other bits of paper. I think it could be this focal image and the green. But if you imagine your journal, wrong size again, but there you go, let's pretend. You could easily just have it as a page in a journal. You could again tuck it in and pop something on the back so you can journal on it, or it could be like a flip up or a flip out. But I really love these. Oops, goodness me, it's all going discombobulated. All sorts of just toppers, different collage areas that I've put on, different themes. That's a larger one that I did. So I will link that down below. Ingrid Carlson, Pixie Dust Files and Ruby and Pearl XO. And that's all I've got for today. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.